Disney's new Snow White trailer has finally been released, but instead of being met with excitement and nostalgia, it's become a lightning rod for controversy. With over 50,000 dislikes and thousands of negative comments flooding Disney's official YouTube channel, this trailer is being torn apart by critics and audiences alike. But here's the twist, it's not just the usual skeptics voicing their disapproval. Even Disney's progressive audience, typically supportive of the company's recent projects, has expressed outrage. From casting choices to CGI missteps, this latest adaptation of Snow White seems to have alienated nearly everyone. And at the center of the storm, Rachel Zegler, the actress playing Snow White, whose past controversial comments are adding even more fuel to the fire. With the backlash gaining momentum, one question looms large: could this be Disney's biggest flop yet? Let's dive into the chaos and uncover why this film has sparked such unprecedented criticism. When Disney's Snow White trailer dropped on their YouTube channel, the response was immediate and overwhelmingly negative. Within hours, the trailer racked up over 50,000 dislikes compared to just 8,000 likes. These numbers don't just reflect mild disappointment, they signal a full-scale rejection. Viewers have flooded the comment section with scathing critiques, ridiculing everything from the casting to the visuals to the overall tone of the film. Some are even joking that the movie might end up with more YouTube comments than ticket sales, a biting remark that underscores the skepticism surrounding this project. What's particularly striking is the diversity of the backlash. On one hand, you have critics who are tired of Disney's perceived overemphasis on political messaging. On the other, even members of Disney's typically supportive progressive audience are voicing their frustrations. This kind of cross-spectrum criticism is rare and points to deeper issues within the project. One of the major points of contention is Disney's choice of cast members, particularly Gal Gadot as the Evil Queen. While Gadot is a globally recognized star, her casting has sparked backlash from a segment of the audience that opposes her political affiliations. Critics, particularly those within the pro-Palestine community, have called her a divisive figure due to her outspoken support of Israel. One vocal critic even stated, "Disney casting Zionist Gal Gadot." This controversy raises a critical question: who is Disney trying to appeal to? By casting Gadot, they've alienated a portion of their progressive audience. At the same time, the film's modernized take on the classic fairy tale has left traditional Disney fans feeling betrayed. It's a lose-lose situation that reflects poorly on Disney's decision-making process. If casting choices weren't enough, the trailer's visuals have added another layer to the controversy. The portrayal of the iconic dwarves in particular has been widely criticized. Far from the charming, whimsical characters audiences fell in love with in the original film, these CGI creations have been described as nightmare fuel. Their unnatural design and lack of authenticity have left viewers scratching their heads, wondering how such a bizarre concept made it past Disney's creative team. Interestingly, the road to these unsettling CGI dwarves was paved with earlier controversies. Initially, Disney planned to cast actors of short stature to play the roles, staying true to the original film. However, they faced backlash from activist groups accusing them of perpetuating harmful stereotypes. In an attempt to appease these critics, Disney decided to abandon traditional casting in favor of CGI-generated characters. Unfortunately, this decision seems to have pleased no one. Traditional fans are upset about the deviation from the original, while progressive audiences are unimpressed with the end result. Another polarizing aspect of the trailer is its modernized portrayal of Snow White. Disney has completely reimagined the character, leaning heavily into a boss babe narrative that eliminates the need for Prince Charming. While the idea of empowering female characters is certainly commendable, many feel Disney's approach is heavy-handed and dismissive of the original fairy tale's charm. Rachel Zegler, who plays Snow White, has been vocal about her disdain for the original story. In past interviews, she's dismissed the romance between Snow White and Prince Charming as outdated and irrelevant. This perspective is evident in the trailer, where Snow White is depicted as fiercely independent, while Prince Charming is reduced to a weak, almost irrelevant figure. For many fans, this stark departure from the source material feels forced and unnecessary. Zegler's involvement in the controversy doesn't stop with her portrayal of Snow White. Her past political remarks have resurfaced, adding more fuel to the backlash. One of her most criticized comments was a tweet where she wished Trump supporters no peace. Critics argue that such divisive rhetoric clashes with the inclusive, compassionate image Snow White is supposed to embody. For Disney, this creates a glaring contradiction. On one hand, they're promoting a narrative of kindness and inclusivity. On the other, their lead actress has a history of polarizing statements that many see as hypocritical. This disconnect has only amplified the criticism, with some branding Zegler's casting as one of Disney's most significant missteps. The reception to the Snow White trailer has been nothing short of catastrophic. Beyond the numbers, the public sentiment is overwhelmingly negative. Online forums, social media, and YouTube comment sections are filled with discussions questioning Disney's direction. Viewers are voicing their frustrations, with some accusing Disney of prioritizing political messaging over quality storytelling. Even progressive audiences who have supported Disney's modern adaptations in the past seem to feel alienated by this latest offering. What's particularly alarming for Disney is that this backlash isn't limited to the trailer. The controversy surrounding Snow White has reignited broader criticisms of Disney's creative direction in recent years. Many fans feel that the studio has lost touch with its audience, prioritizing corporate agendas over genuine storytelling. The Snow White controversy is just the latest in a string of missteps for Disney. From underwhelming box office performances to backlash over recent projects like the Little Mermaid remake, the studio seems to be struggling to strike the right balance between modernization and nostalgia. With audiences becoming increasingly vocal about their dissatisfaction, Disney faces a critical crossroads. Can they adapt to changing times without alienating their core fanbase? As the dust settles, one thing is clear: Disney's Snow White is shaping up to be one of the most controversial films in the studio's history. The backlash surrounding the trailer, from casting choices and CGI mishaps to Rachel Zegler's divisive comments, has created a perfect storm of criticism. For a movie that aimed to modernize a beloved classic, it seems to have done little more than alienate its audience. So what do you think? Does Disney's Snow White deserve this level of criticism, or are our audiences being too harsh? Is Rachel Zegler's casting a bold choice or a misstep? And most importantly, can Disney recover from this growing spiral of bad decisions? If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the Snow White controversy, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Movie Saga, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest updates. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let the discussion begin.